Struggling to pass your theory test on the first try? Congratulations, you have found the right channel. We are dedicated to providing you with everything you need to prepare confidently for your test. Today, we will go through 50 essential mock test questions, with the last 10 questions absolutely crucial for your success. So, stick around until the end. Let's dive in and get started. Question 1. What should you do as you approach this bridge? Answer is B. Slow down. You should slow down and be cautious. Hump bridges are often narrow and there may not be enough room for you to pass an oncoming vehicle at this point. Also, there's no footpath, so be aware of pedestrians in the road. Question 2. You're on a long motorway journey. What should you do if you start to feel sleepy? Answer is D. Leave the motorway and stop in a safe place. If you feel sleepy, you should leave the motorway at a service area or at the next exit and stop in a safe place to rest. A supply of fresh air can help to keep you alert before you reach the exit, but it isn't a substitute for stopping and resting. Question 3. What should you do when you move off from behind a parked car? Answer is D. Look around before moving off. Before moving off, you should use both the interior and exterior mirrors to check that the road is clear. Look around to check the blind spots and, if necessary, give a signal to warn other road users of your intentions. Also look well ahead as you'll have to steer out into the road to pass the parked car. Question 4. How can drivers help the environment? Answer is C. By accelerating gently. Rapid acceleration and heavy braking lead to increased fuel consumption and wear on your vehicle. Having your vehicle serviced regularly will maintain its efficiency, produce cleaner emissions, and reduce the risk of a breakdown. Question 5. What can you do to reduce environmental damage caused by your vehicle? Answer is B. Avoid making a lot of short journeys. Avoid using your car for short journeys. On a short journey, the engine is unlikely to warm up fully and will therefore be running less efficiently. This will result in the car using more fuel and emitting higher levels of harmful emissions. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like. Subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 6. When is fuel consumption at its highest? Answer is A. When you're accelerating. Accelerating uses a lot of fuel, so always try to use the accelerator smoothly. Taking your foot off the accelerator allows the momentum of the car to take you forward, especially when going downhill. This can save a considerable amount of fuel without any loss of control over the vehicle. Question 7. What should you do when you're driving in snowy conditions? Answer is B. Brake gently in plenty of time. In snowy conditions, be careful with the steering, accelerator and brakes. Braking sharply while you're driving on snow is likely to make your car skid. Question 8. What lights should you use when you're driving on a wet motorway and vehicles are throwing up surface spray? Answer is A. Dipped headlights. When surface spray reduces visibility, switch on your headlights on dipped beam. This will help other road users to see you. Question 9. What should you do if the red lights start flashing as you approach a level crossing? Answer is C. Stop before the barrier. At level crossings, the red lights flash before and while the barrier is down. At most crossings, an amber light will precede the red lights. You must stop behind the white line unless you've already crossed it when the amber light comes on. Don't be tempted to zigzag around half barriers. Question 10. A driver's behavior has upset you. How can you get over this incident safely? Answer is A. Stop and take a break. If you feel yourself becoming tense or upset, stop in a safe place and take a break. Tiredness can make things worse and may cause a different reaction to upsetting situations. Question 11. Why are place names painted on the road surface? Answer is C. To help you select the correct lane in good time. The names of towns and cities may be painted on the road at busy junctions and complex road systems. They guide you into the correct lane in good time, allowing traffic to flow more freely. Question 12. You're invited to a pub lunch. What should you do if you know that you'll have to drive in the evening? Answer is B. Don't drink any alcohol at all. Alcohol will stay in your body for several hours and may make you unfit to drive later in the day. Drinking during the day will also affect your performance at work or study. Question 13. What can seriously reduce your ability to concentrate? Answer is A. Drugs. Both recreational drugs and prescribed medicine can affect your concentration. It's also an offense to drive with certain drugs in your body, and a positive test could lead to a conviction. Question 14. You're driving a car fitted with automatic transmission. When would you use kickdown? Answer is B. To accelerate quickly. Kickdown selects a lower gear, enabling the vehicle to accelerate faster. Question 15. Why do motorcyclists use dipped headlights in daylight? Answer is A, so that the rider can be seen more easily. A motorcycle can be lost from sight behind another vehicle. The use of headlights helps to make it more conspicuous and therefore more easily seen. Question 16. You've just passed your driving test. How can you reduce your risk of being involved in a collision? Answer is B, by taking further training. New drivers and riders are often involved in a collision or incident early in their driving career. Due to a lack of experience, they may not react to hazards appropriately. Approved training courses are offered by driver and rider training schools for people who have passed their test but want extra training. Question 17. You're traveling on a narrow section of road. What should you do if a horse rider ahead is riding in the center of the lane? Answer is C. Stay behind and allow them to ride in this position. On narrow sections of road, horse riders may ride in the center of the lane. This is for their own safety as it makes them more visible. You should be patient and only pass when it's safe to do so. Question 18. You're about to reverse into a side road. What should you do if a pedestrian is waiting to cross behind your car? Answer is B. Give way to the pedestrian. If you need to reverse into a side road, try to find a place that's free from traffic and pedestrians. Look all around before and during the maneuver. Stop and give way to any pedestrians who want to cross behind you. Avoid waving them across, sounding the horn, flashing your lights, or giving any signals that could mislead them and create a dangerous situation. Question 19. Which road users are most difficult to see when you're reversing your car? Answer is C. Children. It may not be possible to see a small child through the rear windscreen of your vehicle. Be aware of this before you reverse. If there are children about, get out and check that it's clear before reversing. Question 20. You're following a long vehicle approaching a crossroads. What should you do if the driver signals right but moves close to the left-hand curb? Answer is D. Wait behind the long vehicle. When a long vehicle is going to turn right, it may need to keep close to the left-hand curb. This is to prevent the rear end of the trailer cutting the corner. You need to be aware of how long vehicles behave in such situations. Don't overtake the lorry, because it could turn as you're alongside. Stay behind and wait for it to turn. Question 21. Why should drivers be more careful on roads where trams also operate? Answer is C. Because trams can't steer to avoid obstructions. You should take extra care when you first encounter trams. You'll have to get used to dealing with a different traffic system. Be aware that trams can accelerate and travel very quickly, and they can't change direction to avoid obstructions. Question 22. What should you do while you're driving or riding along a motorway? Answer is B. Look much further ahead than you would on other roads. Traffic on motorways usually travels faster than on other roads. You need to be looking further ahead to give yourself more time to react to any hazard that may develop. Question 23. What's the national speed limit for a car or motorcycle on a motorway? Answer is C. 70 miles per hour. The national speed limit for a car or motorcycle on a motorway is 70 miles per hour. Lower speed limits may be in force, for example, at roadworks. Variable speed limits also operate in some areas when the motorway is very busy. Cars or motorcycles towing trailers are subject to a lower speed limit. Question 24. You're on a motorway. What does it mean if a red cross is showing above the hard shoulder and mandatory speed limits above all other lanes? Answer is A. The hard shoulder is for emergency or breakdown use only. A red cross above the hard shoulder shows that it's closed as a running lane and should only be used for emergencies or breakdowns. On some motorways, the hard shoulder may be used as a running lane at busy times. This will be shown by a mandatory speed limit on the gantry above the hard shoulder. Question 25. What's the speed limit for a car towing a trailer on a motorway? Answer is C. 60 miles per hour. If you're towing a small, light trailer, it won't reduce your vehicle's performance by very much and it may not be visible in your mirrors. However, strong winds or buffeting from large vehicles might cause the trailer to snake from side to side. Be aware of your speed and don't exceed the reduced speed limit imposed on vehicles towing trailers. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 26. Your vehicle breaks down on a motorway and you manage to stop on the hard shoulder. What should you do if you use your mobile phone to call for help? Answer is A. Check your location from the nearest marker posts beside the hard shoulder. You should use an emergency telephone when you break down on the motorway. Only use your mobile if this isn't possible. The emergency services need to know your exact location so they can reach you as quickly as possible. Look for a number on the nearest marker post beside the hard shoulder. Give this number when you call the emergency services. Question 27. In England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, what will the speed limit usually be where you can see streetlights but no speed limit signs? Answer is B. 30 miles per hour. In England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, the presence of streetlights generally indicates that there's a 30 miles per hour speed limit, unless signs tell you otherwise. In Wales, street lights indicate a 20 miles per hour limit unless signs show otherwise. Question 28. Who has priority at an unmarked crossroads? Answer is B. No one has priority. Practice good observation in all directions before you emerge or make a turn. Proceed only when you're sure it's safe to do so. Question 29. What should you do when you park at night on a road that has a 40 miles per hour speed limit? Answer is C. Leave parking lights switched on. You must use parking lights when parking at night on a road or in a lay-by on a road with a speed limit greater than 30 miles per hour. You must also park in the direction of the traffic flow and not close to a junction. Question 30. When may you drive a car in this bus lane? Answer is A. Outside its hours of operation. Some bus lanes operate only during peak hours, and other vehicles may use them outside these hours. Make sure you check the sign for the hours of operation before driving in a bus lane. Question 31. When are you allowed to park in a parking bay for disabled drivers? Answer is A. When you have a blue badge. Don't park in a space reserved for disabled people unless you or your passenger are a blue badge holder. The badge must be displayed on the dashboard or fascia panel, where it can be clearly read through the front windscreen. Question 32. Which sign means no motor vehicles allowed? Answer is D. This sign is used to enable pedestrians to walk free from traffic. It's often found in shopping areas. Question 33. What does this sign mean? Answer is B. Pass either side to get to the same destination. These signs are often seen in one-way streets that have more than one lane. When you see this sign, use the route that's the most convenient and doesn't require a late change of direction. Question 34. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Risk of ice. It will take up to 10 times longer to stop when it's icy. Where there's a risk of icy conditions, you need to be aware of this and take extra care. If you think the road may be icy, don't brake or steer harshly, as your tires could lose their grip on the road. Question 35. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. Give way to trams. Obey the give way signs. Trams are unable to steer around you if you misjudge when it's safe to enter the junction. Question 36. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. No through road on the left. This sign shows you that you can't get through to another route by turning left at the junction ahead. Question 37. What should you do when you see this sign at a crossroads? Answer is C. Carry on with great care. When traffic lights are out of order, treat the junction as an unmarked crossroads. Be very careful and be prepared to stop. No one has priority. Question 38. What's the reason for the hatched area along the center of this road? Answer is A. It separates traffic flowing in opposite directions. Areas of hatched markings such as these separate traffic streams that could be a danger to each other. They're often seen on bends or where the road becomes narrow. If the area is bordered by a solid white line, you mustn't enter it except in an emergency. Question 39. When may you use hazard warning lights while you're driving? Answer is D. On a motorway or unrestricted dual carriageway, to warn of a hazard ahead. When there's queuing traffic ahead and you have to slow down or even stop, briefly showing your hazard warning lights will help alert the traffic behind to the hazard. Question 40. In order to supervise a learner driver, you need to have held a full driving license for the same category of vehicle for at least 3 years. What other requirement must you meet? Answer is C. To be at least 21 years old. Learner drivers benefit by combining professional driving lessons with private practice. However, you need to be at least 21 years old and have held your driving license for at least 3 years before you can supervise a learner driver. Question 41. You're the first person to arrive at an incident where people are badly injured. You've switched on your hazard warning lights and checked all engines are stopped. What else should you do? Answer is A. Make sure that an ambulance has been called. If you're the first to arrive at a crash scene, the first concerns are the risk of further collision and fire. Ensuring that vehicle engines are switched off will reduce the risk of fire. Use hazard warning lights so that other traffic knows there's a need for caution. Make sure the emergency services are contacted. Don't assume it's already been done. Question 42. At an incident, how could you help a casualty who has stopped breathing? Answer is B. Follow the DVSA code. The DVSA code has been devised by medical experts to give the best outcome until the emergency services arrive and take care of casualties. Question 43. What information should you share if you're involved in a collision that causes damage to another vehicle? Answer is C. Your name, address, and vehicle registration number. Try to keep calm and don't rush. Make sure that you've shared all the relevant details with the other driver before you leave the scene. If possible, take pictures and note the positions of all the vehicles involved. Question 44. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Traffic signals ahead. This sign indicates traffic signals ahead. Question 45. What does this sign mean? Answer is A. End of temporary restrictions. This sign indicates an end of temporary restrictions. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 46. What does this sign mean? Answer is B. Roundabout. This sign indicates a roundabout. Question 47. What does this sign show? Answer is D. Temporary maximum speed. This sign shows the temporary maximum speed, advised for prevailing traffic conditions. Question 48. You are coming up to a junction and see the following sign. What does it mean? Answer is B. It's a T-junction. This is a warning sign and it tells you that you are at a T-junction. Question 49. You are traveling along a road and spot this sign. What does it tell you? Answer is B. No pedestrians. A red circle indicates prohibition. The sign tells you that no pedestrians are allowed. Question 50. What must you do when you see this sign? Answer is C. Stop. You must always stop when you see this sign. If there is more than one railway line over an automatic crossing, this signal will also flash and the sound of the audible warning will change if another train is approaching. For more practice and updates, click on the video you are watching on the screen. Keep building your confidence and get closer to passing your theory test. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.